stepping in front of this 26% volatility. Shelby McFaddin, investment analyst at the Motley Asset Management. All right, Shelby, First Republic, give us a quick trade here.
Yeah, with First Republic, it's going to be a big old wait and see because, as Dom mentioned, investors are looking to see, are there going to be these significant deposit outflows? And also, is management getting a hold on their liquidity situation? Are investors, shareholders, depositors feeling reassured about their investment in this bank? There's implicit and explicit costs to going ahead and moving those significant deposits, those that are beyond the FDIC limits. But those implicit costs start to feel a little bit less heavy when depositors feel like they're kind of being pushed out because they don't have that trust. So I think that, the upcoming earnings are not only going to tell a big story for shareholders, but it's then going to also influence the state of deposits going forward. So, investors aren't just looking for more yield. They're looking to make sure that their deposits are safe in a way that maybe they weren't thinking about 6 to 8 months ago.
No, wait and see is very wise. 10% up into the print, too. Dom, thank you. Shelby, stick around. We're going to talk some McDonald's before we go here. They're out before the bell tomorrow morning, and they've actually beaten on 15 out of the past 20 reports. Shares are hitting new highs day after day. They're up 11% this year. Shelby, oh, no, before that, Kate Rogers, please. Are expectations too high, Kate? I don't know. What are people looking for here?
Yeah, investors and analysts, Kelly, really expressing a lot of confidence. As you said, the stock has been on an absolute tear the last few weeks leading up into earnings with a lot of confidence in McDonald's ability to continue to perform in this environment. So we'll be looking at U.S. same-store sales, of course. Those will be key, projected to increase 7.9% by FactSet. We're going to have an eye out to see if offerings like the Cardi B and Offset meal help to boost sales this quarter, as we've seen with those celebrity order meals in the past. Next up, if McDonald's is benefiting, of course, from any trade down as consumers start to feel higher prices weigh on them both at grocery stores and at other restaurants. McDonald's could see more business as a result of that. And then third, if price hikes are continuing and what traffic has looked like so far this spring. Are people coming in? Are they spending more or less when they come in? And how sensitive are consumers to price right now? Those will be the key items I'm watching for.
100%. You always wonder, Shelby, did Coke tell us? I mean, they said how they did it and McDonald's sells Coke. What would you do with the stock?
When I'm thinking about McDonald's as a consumer play, it's not necessarily my preference. I'm more of a, value-oriented, cost-advantaged companies when we're thinking about consumer. However, I do think that investors are really jazzed about the potential cost advantages that they've been able to drum up and about the top-line growth potential as part of both trade down and their increased focus on trying to deliver not only value, but quality and experience. Because if you're going to try and capture a little bit of mid-market as wallet share is narrowing, you're going to have to deliver on those, that at least that luxury feel, right? Yeah. And I think that McDonald's is also going to tell us a lot about cost inflation when it comes to commodities and labor. So there's a big story, I think, to tell with just one stock coming up.
I was at a Burger King yesterday or the day before, and one sandwich, not even a meal, it was like $8.90. It was for like a filet of fish type sandwich, $8.99. And I'm thinking, yeah. I don't know how much more room they have to run on price here, but whether that helps McDonald's remains to be seen. Shelby, thanks for your time today. We appreciate it. Shelby McFaddin and our Kate Rogers reporting on McDonald's today as well. The CEO will discuss these results and an exclusive interview on Squawk on the Street tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern.